Alright guys, so Fula with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. Man, I've been kind of like, you know, doing my boxing thing, doing my sports things, but some social issues, I guess, have been coming up that have been on my mind. So I just like decide to talk about them. Hell, you know, you never know. You may see a cooking tutorial video from me soon, or a review on certain products, man. I just want to be a versatile channel with boxing as the forefront of the channel, along with track and field and along with soccer too. But anyhow, so you know what I want to talk about, man, is that, you know, there's been some, I won't even say back and forth, but there's been some words that have came out from Azeila Banks, the rapper, towards Cardi B. You know, here's the thing about Cardi B, and you know, like, I mean, if you're looking for Cardi B to speak out, or if you're looking for Cardi B as like a moral figure in the matter of certain social issues, then that's your first problem, man. Like, for real. Like, I mean, we saw how ratchet Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop, man. We saw how Cardi B wanted to fight Nicki Minaj at a award show. We saw how, you know, I mean, we see how Cardi B acts on her Instagram page, you know, like, I mean, she's not really ideally the person you want to look towards for, like, a moral, upright person. I mean, she has an image, she sells that image, and it is proven successful for her, man. Now, the thing is, Cardi B, sometimes she be on her Instagram live, talking about, like, Donald Trump, like, what Donald Trump doing and stuff like that. And, you know, my opinion, man, is like, at this point, she's so rich, she really don't, like, give a care about, like, what Donald Trump doing, you know. She just saying that for the simple fact that, you know, she's selling her image, man. It's just like she's marketing herself, you know. Like, if she says certain things, you know, these fans will be like, oh, she cares. She really cares about our struggle. Man, we gotta support her music. Even though her music is really not uplifting to women, you know, really not uplifting to black women, you know, or any woman that's a minority for that matter. So I really don't buy Cardi B's quote unquote concern with the way this country is going. I mean, honestly, she have enough money that she's so far removed from these problems, you know, so I really don't think she cares. Now, here's the thing. Another female rapper, Azeila Banks, said that instead of speaking about Donald Trump, why don't you speak about the mistreatment of Haitians in the Dominican Republic, and about the Haitians being stripped of their nationality in Dominican Republic, about the Haitians being oppressed in Dominican Republic, about the Haitians being discriminated against in Dominican Republic. And she went on to say that, like, you know, she went on to say basically that, you know, that why don't you focus the same energy you have towards Trump, towards the injustices of minorities in your country, which is like equivalent to what Trump is doing here. You know, that's what she spoke about. Now, I don't know I don't know the complete history of Dominican Republic and Haiti, but what I do know, at one time it was one island, it was one place. It was called Hispaniola. You know, it was called Hispaniola, and at first the island was inhabited by like Arawaks, West Indians, basically. Spaniards came. They enslaved those West Indians. The West Indians couldn't handle the workload. Therefore, African slaves were imported. And because the economy was so good, because on that island you had the black gold, and it's not the oil I'm talking about the coffee. And you also have sugar, because it was like a big sugar plantation. So you have the Spanish, and then you have the French vying for control. So there was a time when like the Spanish controlled the place, and then the French controlled the place. Now, what happened when the French controlled the place is that, the Haitian Revolution kicked off, and guys like Toussaint Laurent, guys like Dessalines, they took control, man, and they took control of the whole island, basically. And I guess, I don't know, some things went wrong and some things were bad. And so, Dominican Republic fought to be separate. And eventually what happened is they ended up separate, Now, once they separated, relations became very, very bad. I mean, you had Haitians who were in Dominican Republic who considered themselves Dominican by nationality, but speak Spanish, have assimilated into Dominican society, but they're still looked at as second-class citizens. There still is some discrimination based on like just prejudices and stuff like that. In fact, man, Dominicans, if they want to insult you, they'll call you a Haitian. That's like one of the insults they get, man. Now, over the past few years now, though, they've been escalating, and they've been like actually lynching Haitians and stuff. So it's gotten to a very, very high level, Now here's the thing, though. Because because of colonialism and because of like systematic conditioning and social engineering, Dominicans, although like a lot of them have African blood in them, they lean towards the the Spaniard European side of things, and then at the time, you have different types of European settlers going to Dominican Republic to like grow coffee and have coffee plantations and sugar plantations to capitalize off that economy, So that added to the mixture and the makeup of Dominicans. So although you may see a Dominican that may look mulatto or something like that, chances are they're going to identify with the European descendant side more than they would the African in them, because you can't see the African in a lot of Dominicans. I've seen Dominicans who are jet black. I've seen Dominicans who just look like a light-skinned black dude. You have a Dominican like Omar La Negra. But here's my thing. Azeila Bank should not look for Cardi B to say something. She should basically say something herself, man. She should just go out there and use her own platform and speak against these kind of injustices, you know. And the reason why I say that is because for me, this is just my point of view, and this is just how I was brought up. Although I'm 110% concerned with all the affairs that go on in my neck of the woods in West Africa. I'm concerned with Africa as a whole, but also I'm concerned where anywhere there's black people, that there's a significant black population, be it Latin America, be it in the Caribbean, be it here in the States. And, you know, this is what we call internationalism. And I take an internationalist approach to, like, the current issues we're in, you know, because at the end of the day, I will say that all African descended people have some type of challenge that they're dealing with, you know, be it they're in Latin America, be it they're in Caribbean, be it that they're in Europe, man. We all have some kind of similar things that we're going through. So I think, like, with Azeila Bank saying that, you know, she shouldn't look for Cardi B to be, like, saying things like that. I mean, at this point, Cardi B, I mean, Cardi B more embraces ratchet culture anyway. Like, I mean, you just see how she conducts herself. You know, I mean, sure, there are some songs that are Spanish themed that she did, but I mean, for the most part, you don't hear her mentioning, like, Dominican customs. You don't hear her mentioning these things. She's more into, like, the Kardashian customs and stuff like that. So Azeila Banks, I mean, she shouldn't look for that to come from Cardi B, you know. I mean, if that's the case, man, she should call out other, like, she should call out Amara La Negra to say something about that, you know. That's the thing, if we want to get technical. So I don't know what basis she made this assessment on. I mean, it could be her clout chasing or something like that, but I mean, she have a platform herself. She could do the same thing, you know. Do I think, like, Cardi B is like a culture vulture? I mean, the rap and the music, the hip-hop music community accept her, man. So I really can't say that she's like a culture vulture, man, because they let her in the door, man. And you know, just because she says she like black guys, and she said that, you know, Latins are a mixture of things, which is correct. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean, like, she really cares, like, about, like, black issues. I mean, she's racially ambiguous, man. I mean, she can pass for a lot of things, man. And I will say that she really can't pass for black. I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't walk down the street and say, oh, she black. I mean, that's just the reality, you know. But those are just my brief thoughts about the whole thing, man. You know, I definitely think, though, like, me personally, I definitely think that, like Latins and, you know, black people, we do need to, basically be, like, have, like, some kind of, like, comrade, like, be like comrades, in the sense that, you know, we are going through the similar things, and that, you know, we have common problems. And also another thing too, you know, I was just reading something where, you know, the British and stuff like that, when they first came to America, because America was Spaniard territory, and then, you know, people eventually settled in different parts of America, and then you have Mexicanos. I heard that those British colonizers and, you know, everybody from the Quakers to people like that, they actually lynched Mexicanos. Like, so they weren't exempt from the slave treatment. I will say that trying to assimilate into, like, the dominant culture or the dominant, majority of the country, I don't know if it's going to give you any brownie points, you know, because you look at how they're doing, like, Latins in Puerto Rico, you know, with how they're handling the storm. I heard they're trying to actually embezzle $2 billion of aid to Puerto Rico to, like, private banks instead of Puerto Rico, like actually helping Puerto Rico. You look at what they're doing in Venezuela right now, you know, trying to just basically take the oil. We all know what time it is. You look at what they did in Nicaragua, what they did in Guatemala, you look at what they did in El Salvador, Honduras, and stuff like that, man. They really don't, like, view you Latins as, like, on an even playing field, man. I mean, even if you're pure Spaniard, man, if you have a last name like Cervantes or Sanchez, man, it's going to be a red flag for them, man. So, you know, those are my thoughts. You know, indeed, I mess with my Latin brothers and sisters, you know. They've invited me, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but some have been more open to me than, you know, my brothers, my African descended brothers who are, like, basically born in this land, you know. And I'm not saying that as being disrespectful or offensive, but it's just, you know, I guess the similar cultures, basically. And, you know, I'm not favoring them over my brothers from here at all, but it's just there's a couple of disconnects that, you know, sometimes we find ourselves in, but those can be understood if we talk to each other calm, civilized, in a collective way. And then we'll see that we're more similar than we are different, you know. But that's all I got for now, guys. You know, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Do y'all think that Cardi B should speak out against it? Or do y'all think it's everybody's job to speak out against it who of black descent? That's all I got for now, guys. Inshallah.